It's the People's Podcast Show with Adrian Biddle, Melissa Bartlett, and your boy, Kerry Bixby. It's your show, so tell us what you want to talk about. It's that the Round Table Podcast Show.
All right. Man. Seems like forever. Look at that. All these glorious, beautiful black people in front of me right now. I'm so happy. What's going on, people, y'all?
Hey, not much this way, man. It do feel like it's been a minute.
It does. Wait a minute. You and Carrie got this nice, beautiful. Let me put something so it looked like I got a little something going on in my picture frame. Okay, there we go.
Oh, we like the decor. We see what you got going on over there.
Let's see. Let me a little more intentional here. Here we go.
Okay.
Y'all not gonna show me up. Okay, now I got some extra going on in the back of me. Okay. Now we ready.
Okay. Well, family, thank you for joining us once again on the People's Podcast Show. It is at the Round Table Podcast Show. And I'm going to go ahead and do a shameless plug because I saw the other day somebody was posting asking, hey, are there any black podcasts out there nearby? And I did one of these numbers. There you go.
Right here.
Everybody else, we're right here. So shouts out to all the other podcasts and such, that are out there. Big shout out to Sis Elise Sadler. Big shout out to my boy Tonex and what he and his lovely wife are doing. And the list goes on and on. I had to throw them out there because those are two personal friends of ours. But guess what? It's the People's Podcast right here at the Roundtable Podcast Show. So if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is hit us up. You can join us at any given time. Matter of fact, hey, what's going on, Terry? Joining us on At the Roundtable Podcast Show. Shouts out to my daughter. Came by over the weekend in order to spend a little time with the family and stuff because her baby turned 30. Oh, yes, her husband turned 30. So big shouts out. He's 30 right now. Now the fun begins.
I remember when I turned 30.
Yeah. Wasn't that something?
Long time ago.
Yeah. Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. But before we even get started into that, we've got to do our introduction. Team. I get to introduce these amazing people right here. First off is the fashion decor organizer. As you can see, the lovely flowers that are right behind her. The beautiful picture that is right over there as well. Of her and her sweetheart. It is Pitbull in the dress. Miss Pitbull, Melissa Bartlett. What's going on?
Hey. Hello to my brothers, my kings of the podcast at the round table. I'm so glad to be back again. It feels like a month when we take a week off, but as you know, it's important for us to rejuvenate, make sure that we spend time with our households and our families, and then give back to the people. So hello. And as you know, I'm going to pass it to my boy, Adrian Biddle, a.k.a. A Money, because he is what? Factual. He is always on it. And when he bring it to you, it's money. So what's going on, A Money?
Wow. Well, she be hyping it up every week. I tell you what, I just recently invested in this raccoon investment as an alternate meat source. Now I'm telling y'all, as soon as this thing blow up, I got y'all.
You know what, bro?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a vegan.
Okay.
Because the CeeLos and the alternative raccoon meat, I don't think I could do it. So Veganville, here I come.
Hey, come on over. Hey, he said raccoon. It's the next meat.
Yeah. And the gentleman below us right now, the conductor himself, the man that stirs the drink, CD.
What's going on, family? Thank you for joining us once again. It is so cool to be back on. I unfortunately had to miss 1 week because I was traveling doing business and got a chance to see the family making the magic happen. It just does my heart good because they were on it. They were on it. I get to go back and watch it like, just, regular old person, a member of the At the Round Table family. And man, they were on fire. So I'm gonna tell you, you guys, y'all be putting it down, man. I don't even want to come back sometimes. I just want to sit back and just be a customer, just like this. It will own it, boy. I'm gonna tell you. Oh shoot! Hey, what's going on, Robert? Thank you for joining us on At the Round Table, Robert Connor, man, and Beatrice. Oh, Miss Springs saying, "Hey, Queen." Okay.
Hey, me.
Yeah. Boy, they done came on and just started making things happen. Boy, don't you
Miss
just
Springs
love?
is my friend, and I'm amazed at a woman that when I tell you she puts her mind to something, she makes it happen. So she does. Shameless plug. If you don't know, she has an online boutique, a thrifty online boutique.
Okay.
Don't miss it.
Tell her to share the her website in the notes or the post.
Yeah, post your information, sis, so we may share it with the masses because we believe sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, and she
Sharing
keeps
is
you looking good on a budget.
All right. We love budget.
Oh yes. Yes.
Love me some budget. So, yo, family, if you are watching right now, if you get a chance, I had posted earlier, share the link with someone right now, someone that you know, someone that you don't know. Shameless plug it, because we want everybody to be on tonight, because this is going to be a very interesting topic. Very interesting.
I'm sharing right now.
All right, now, see, it's the love has began.
Yes.
So y'all go ahead and share Facebook. Do it Facebook Live, and who knows, we may even pick somebody and send you the link to come into our home.
That's right.
So
That's
come
right.
on in. You get to be right in here, just like the Hollywood Squares or the Black Brady Bunch, and get to share what you think is going on with the topic tonight. Yes, indeed, I said it. So, okay, so before we do that, though, we definitely have to do another shameless plug, so to speak. And I definitely want to do a shameless plug to all the young people that have gotten out of college or gotten out of high school, about to go to college and such, because there is so much that is going on right now, and they get the chance to spread their wings, so to speak. So if you guys are about to do it, our hats off to you. We love you. Traveling mercies and prayers over you and such, because I've got a chance to talk to quite a number of them. And just know, you can always come back home.
Always come back home.
There we go.
Yes.
Thrifty Springs. I like that name. That is cool.
Yeah. So at the Round Table family, definitely give her a look up to see what thrifty items you can obtain.
That's right.
Appreciate you sharing, Miss Springs.
Yes, indeed. Oh, thank you, sis. We appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. All right. So we might as well go ahead and jump into this thing, because I have a funny feeling that this topic right here may branch off into others. Who would like to do the honors to share what tonight's topic is going to be?
I want to hear A Money bring it.
Dang it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, sis. I was going to ask you, but it came so much better from you.
Oh, gosh. All right. So tonight's topic.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you do it, you got to do it in the voice.
Yeah. Go on down to your deacon voice.
Take it down to the deacon voice, bro.
Well.
Oh my goodness. Oh, shoot. You hear that?
Y'all are fools.
What am I saying?
Man, hold on. I should have had the choir dropping there. Man. Yeah,
y'all are fools. Hey, choir. You ready? Nah, but the nice topic is social media no-nos. Social media no-nos, and you hit the dead on the head. I'm sure that it could branch off into other realms once we actually delve a little further into this. I'm kind of excited about it as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be on fire tonight. So, Mel.
Yes, sir.
I know you got one.
Actually, I have a situation that was pretty current.
Okay.
I have a friend that son and daughter-in-law just had a baby. Of course, she was able to come and be there literally like 15 minutes after her grandchild was born. So she's taking pictures, she's taking videos, and her son said, "Ma, please don't post any pictures of the baby." She was livid. She was so upset. And she called and she's like, I can't believe him. You're open-minded, so I'm going to talk to you about this, but I think it's unfair, blah, blah, blah. So I'm quiet and I let her go. And I let her know, I said, even though you're the grandmother, it's not your kid.
Mm.
And so where you are and where you have the excitement to share your grandchild, your first grandchild, it's up to that parent to say if they want their kid to be on social media or not.
Right.
So, to say, hey, I got a bundle of jewelry, to, say my grandchild is here, it's a little girl, my granddaughter is here, even to share the name, that's fine. But if they do not want any pictures of their child on social media, you have to respect that.
I think that makes sense. I remember I have nieces and nephews, they have kids. And, when the children are being first born, that's the first thing they say. And I can understand that, because here's the thing. That's a moment between mother and child that, that's that first bonding moment. And then at the same time, the father, he's there. He's gone through it with the wife, probably not as much as the wife, okay, or the significant other. But it's just a moment in which they're tired and they're trying to really get themselves together to create that bond that has just occurred by means of God. And yeah, I can kind of understand that. Give them a moment. It ain't done. I'm not looking right. His breath stank and stuff like that. You want to all put it on Facebook and all that? Come on now. Yeah.
I think it boils down to my favorite word: consent.
What's that?
Consent.
Consent.
Yeah. Consent. I like that. How many of you guys take pictures? You do something, you go somewhere. You guys can testify to this. We used to work together. We had outside time. We could go out and play. If I take pictures or I take videos of us, first thing I ask you, is it okay if I post this? Because some people don't like social media, and believe it or not, there's some people who aren't on social media, so they don't want to be a part of those platforms. So it is consent. So family, how do you guys feel about consent? Do you think that that's someone being extra because you need to ask if you can post them or not?
That's a good point right there, Terry. She said she asked in-law not to post before we did, and they totally ignored me. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hey, quick question. Was that us? Just ask. I thought I had consent, but I don't think it was. And it was picture of my baby being cared for by even. Ooh, wow. Okay. Never mind. Don't answer that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a very good one, sis.
Yeah, that is.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good point right there.
Probably one of the biggest ones right there.
Heck yeah. Oh, Robert. Okay. If you post something on social media, when someone responds to what you posted, don't get mad. You shouldn't have posted it. Sometimes you have to keep things to yourself. P.S. If you don't want no one to merge in your lane, stay off the highway.
Damn,
wow.
That was a good one, Robert. That was a very good one. That kind of alludes to what me and I know I mentioned this to A Money once before about social media, and I'll go ahead and say it. The thing that really irritates me the most is when people put business out there on the platform that, I interviewed somebody very famous one time, and I posted it and everything on social media, and everything was cool. And then this other person came on social media and start sharing negative information about the celebrity that I posted about. I'm like, this is not the platform for that. That's like, to me, you go and you read something in Ebony magazine about a celebrity, and then you go on and call in Ebony and say, hey, so-and-so and so-and-so ain't paid their child support. What that got to do with anything? Ebony's doing their job. I was doing mine. And then to be able to say stuff like that on social media, I think there's a time and a place for information like that, negativity like that. Right. Especially, for example, you get on social media and you're outing your baby's mama or your boyfriend or, ex-husband or whatever sort. Why do we want to know about that?
Yeah, social media is not a laundromat. Leave your dirty laundry somewhere else.
Dang, another one. One more time.
Say it again.
Social media is not a laundromat. Like, you should not. And not only is it about airing bad stuff, you shouldn't be airing stuff, period. I mean, it's not your business to tell someone else's business. I don't care if I got a new house. If I didn't share it, you shouldn't be saying, shout out to Miss Pitbull. She got a new house. Da, da, da. Like, sometimes people always want to dwell on it being negative or, a secret, but you shouldn't be telling anything of anyone else's business at all.
True.
Good point.
True.
Good point. Wow. Yeah, that's Oh, we got another one. Terry said one of my biggest pet peeves is bringing their relationship problems to the internet, especially if they get back together and then do it again. Ooh.
You know it.
Yeah. Yeah. All that I can say is yeah.
You know it.
And you're like, yeah. Yeah, that is that's a deep one right there when you get on there and you start sharing your now. Okay, so it's kind of a catch-22. Now, if it's a good relationship thing, I think you should promote that. I think because right now relationships, especially after COVID and during COVID and stuff like that, people strain their relationships. But, when you're on there and you're showing your love for your significant other or whatever, I think that's pretty cool.
But you're doing it. You're doing it. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, yeah, Carrie went out of town, left, and Renee was at home by herself, blah, blah, blah. That's not my place. That's not my place. You know what I mean? Or even with, hey, you know what? My brother is such a good guy. He helped his wife while da-da-da. Or, hey, Money been cooking dinner all week because Queen T has had foot surgery. Like, I shouldn't be saying that. Like, that's not, I should not be telling y'all's business. Even if it is a positive thing, I should not be doing it. But the whole toxic relationship cycle, we broke up. We back together. I hate him. That's my boo. Videoing you cussing him out because you ain't got drunk and you don't even know what you're doing. And now y'all got pictures, y'all on a vacation. Like, come on now. Nobody, who wants that? Who wants to see that? Police is social media too.
Yeah, good point.
Yes.
Beatrice said, I do ask my customers who send me pics of their outfits for social media. I do have some family members request photo approval prior to posting. Yep.
Yeah. Heck, I get that at home. I'm clicking a picture of Renee. I'm thinking she looking fine. She's like, let me see that. I'm like, they got short and everything. I don't like that. And then let me do this. I'm like, okay, because you want everything to be in a good positive representation and light of your loved one. Yeah. But to go and take a picture of your man while he's on the toilet, you think that's cute?
Nah.
Don't do that. Yeah. That's a no-no. That's a no-no.
Privacy.
Okay? Privacy. I remember seeing a posting, and I thought it was kind of odd because somebody actually posted their significant other, and surprised them because they were actually trying to be romantic with their significant other, and the significant other was over there on the phone filming it, and it got to Facebook. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why did you not want to maybe check first? Now you see your significant other and then unmentionables, and everybody else has seen it too. That's a social media no-no. Don't do that. I don't want to see your significant other, to be honest with you. Because then when y'all together, maybe out at a cookout or maybe at a movie or whatever, so you see them, that's the first thing popping in your mind.
Right.
You're gonna kill my night. So I'm just saying, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
That's
right.
And sometimes we get so involved on social media, you have to remind yourself of the balance that you have to have between your personal life as well
Mhm.
as your social media life. So you always have to keep that in mind when posting information or stuff like that that you and Melissa just got through mentioning. So I'm gonna throw one out there for y'all as well.
Okay.
But drunk pictures.
Oh God.
But drunk pictures.
TT.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, Terry. Yeah, being limited. That's very helpful as well.
Mm,
Um. Oh, butt drum picture.
TT,
Interesting.
y'all. BUTT.
yes.
B-U-T-T.
Yes.
That's not
So
cool.
No, it's not. It's
if
not.
I'm going to indulge in a good evening with a nice beverage, my phone isn't usually on the charge. There is
Mm-hmm.
no texting, there's no phone calls, there's none of that going on because it's something about whatever it is you drinking
Mm-hmm.
starts to dictate what you do with that phone.
Yes. Yes. Hit that dead on the head.
Good point. Very good point. That would be that would definitely be awkward and then have to explain that later on.
And you're mistaken because don't have a couple group texts in the text and say I'ma send this to A Money. Yo, it's to you, Renee, there. You got a whole group text. And everybody has seen this picture. Like, wait a minute, that's not who I was supposed to. And I'm bad. I have several friends that have the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So I have to make sure that there's something else that I can say, okay, this is this so and so, this is that so and so, because I've never done it.
mm,
But you have a text, you sending it out, and then I think you got the wrong one. I think you got the wrong Key. You got the wrong Terry. You got the wrong Samantha. Like, you got the wrong one. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm not that person that's like nasty and a
Yeah.
hypocrite talking about somebody because it's over.
Yes.
So
yeah.
can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine being drunk
Mm,
and then trying to navigate that if you do that in your regular, just a normal day?
No.
mm-mm.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that will certainly come back to bite you some of the time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I've been a recipient of a drunk text.
Oh, have you?
I've been a recipient of a drunk text. Yeah, I
Oh,
have. And I know it was a mistake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I already know the relationship that me and that person had. Like, I know it wasn't meant for me, but I was cracking up.
you'd be like, I understand, but we're gonna keep this to ourselves.
Oh
Oh,
my God. Or people
oh,
smoking and doing drugs for live or stories.
uh,
yeah. That's another no-no.
yeah, please. Please
Or
don't do
their
that.
money, guys. You see the young man got robbed on IG. He was in the car. He had all this money. He was counting his money. He's live. I believe he did get set up. Like, I don't believe somebody randomly knew that was the car he was in, and they robbed him on live,
Mm. Oh, I said, man.
drinking
Like,
and smoking, and your kids is in the room,
wow.
Oh,
toddlers. Yeah, you're gonna have somebody knocking on your door
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yes, you have to think.
yeah. And especially if you're trying to get a job. That's what young people don't really understand. You're trying to get a job, right? And corporate is looking at what, even right now with us, our jobs could be looking at what we're doing. But
Yep.
young people trying to get on and stuff, whether it's in college or get a job or whatever, once it gets on the World Wide Web, that's it. It's a wrap. It's on there forever. What you
Hmm.
gonna do?
And City, go back to the college thing too. Go back and stress with that
Yeah,
about college.
I mean, because with college, and I remember I had to talk to my sons about this as well. And I thank God that they didn't do anything like that. But when you're say, okay, I'll throw an example out there. Say you're a very prolific athlete at your high school, okay? And you're doing everything you need to do in order to pass. You already get, you know, certain perks by you being a student athlete, of course. But then, you know, after a big game, you decide to go out with the fellas and y'all gonna hang out and y'all gonna ball till you fall. And it makes social media. It shows you drunk. It shows you doing all kinds of stuff. Now, granted, those recruiters are looking at every single thing that you do. They want to say, okay, you're a student athlete. You're A1 student and you're an athlete. But what are the other things? And a lot of young people don't realize is that when colleges are looking at you to see if you're going to get a scholarship or even if you're going to become one of the members of that particular college, there are thousands of other individuals that are trying to get that spot. So you doing something stupid on social media drops you down or weeds you out. And you don't get your spot. And a lot of young people don't realize that, you know, literally right now, considering that they grew up on social media can make or break them at this time.
Mm-hmm. Most certainly can.
Yeah, you're right, sis. Social media in college is very, very, very. I think they really in college they need to really talk about that because usually when kids go to college, you know, you get that first introductory class. You're getting your feet wet as far as how to be an ideal college student or how to make your way through your first year of college. They need to have that in the curriculum as well, because there's a lot of kids that get out of high school and go to college, and they get buck wild when they get to college. And
it's a part of their orientation packet. They do talk about social media do's and don'ts, especially using some of the collegiate pages. You know, they can warn you not to do it on your personal pages, but there's an absolute zero tolerance to post on their actual sites because they are using social media to gather communities, freshmen, people coming from different cities or the same city. They're doing and using it in the correct way. However, it is zero tolerance for any level of a student to do something. So they have a list of what they are allowed to post and what they are not. The behaviors that may violate that.
Yeah, they do, but they should make it part of that class as well. And I think it's very important because here's the thing: young people don't realize too is that once you become a member of that particular college, it's still marketing to the college. The college is trying to get the best of the best, the cream of the crop, so to speak. And you going out there and you're doing all this stuff. There used to be a thing. Actually, it wasn't a thing. There was actually an article that was written, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, in U.S. News and World Reports about colleges and how they rank and who ranks as the party college, who ranks as the college that will get you through. And you could actually, you know, once you graduate, you can network in order to get that job and things of that nature. And it's amazing the number of colleges that make the party college list. And I think a lot of colleges, they really don't want that. They want to be known as, okay, we're going to get you your education, make you world class, and then we're going to put you where you need to be. But, you know, there's a lot of them that make that list. And, you know, then you got kids saying, oh, I'm going to go there and I'm going to major in, you know, beer pong and da-da-da-da. It's unfortunate, you know, because now you got thousands of dollars your parents or whatever is spending on you, and that's all you went there for.
That's it. I'm glad that my daughter's HBCUs are, if you look at a U.S. News ranking of HBCU rankings, the schools that they attend are in the top 15 schools.
That's it.
So
yes, indeed.
I'm excited about, you know, that. Not top 10, but, you know, that's because my kids ain't, you know, been able to do anything since it was COVID.
That's what's up. Hey, Kiki Lynch, thank you for joining us on At the Roundtable Podcast Show. Thank you for the comment. Share this link with other people because we want to definitely get everybody's input. There go Mahogany to BT. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hoggy, tonight's topic is social media. No-nos. I know you got some. Go ahead and share with us what you've observed, because Mahogany Tabiti, she is a social media maven. I mean, her Drip and Bling, she's on there several times during the week with her business and stuff. I know she done seen some stuff that she'd be like, that ain't that. I don't even want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And Hagi, share your link to your business as well in the comments area so everyone can check you out too.
That's right. That's right.
Kiki said many of our youth will do things just to fit in, a lot dealing with identity crisis. Yes.
Yep, that's true. That's very true. And on social media as well, they have a tendency to go along with the maddening crowd instead of, striking on their own path.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I have seen many of those.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes, I'm sorry, I do get a giggle from them if I decide to watch. I ain't gonna lie. I get a giggle. However, but yeah, some of it I'm like, what in the world? What possessed you to do that? To get on and just be like, I'm gonna record this. I'm going live. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. I want to throw something out there real quick. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see it, and I was going to talk about it earlier this morning, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to. And it's kind of pertaining to what our topic is about: social media no-nos. But I think this is a social media good, because we talked about how you can utilize social media as a positive. So let me throw this out here, family. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Tabitha Brown has done something amazing. Okay. Shouts out to sis. Of course, McCormick's. She has inked a deal with them, and she's got her sunshine seasoning and such. Yeah. Sold out in 39 minutes. Yeah, I said it. 39 minutes. I was mad. I could not believe it. I was like, man, I ain't getting it. But here's the thing. So I'm not sure if you guys heard, but Wendy Williams made a comment regarding what Tabitha Brown said about her husband. Okay, so her husband has been a police officer for quite a number of years, and she had let it be known since she has now, she's very successful. She's the Oprah Winfrey of veganism, and she wanted her husband to quit his job and join her, in what she's doing. Technically, he's already joined her. Okay, if you get a chance to watch her on social media, she's always doing her dishes and she's trying to share it, and she's letting him be in the test subject along with her daughter. Her whole family's involved in this. Is a family affair. All right. So Wendy Williams has a comment about him quitting his job and being with her, and she pertains that to what she went through with her husband.
Right.
I think Tabitha was so elegant when she got on there and spoke about the situation on her social media platform, and the way she explained was classy, especially at the end when she said that she was going to pray for her.
Yes. She was nothing but a class act. Tabitha Brown and Chance have a relationship that is envied by many and admired by a lot. And so when it came down to her retiring her husband, because her husband worked to make sure that she can pursue her dreams.
Right.
She said, I'm going to retire him so now he can pursue his.
Right.
He's been my partner when we didn't have nothing. And in this volatile time of society, to be a police officer is something that worried her more than having money, than having this and having that. And the way that she spoke about Wendy, and the way that she came from being a woman of God and being classy and being positive. I'm going to take that word, elegant. Yes, she did exactly what a lot of us think we are until it's time for us to show that we are. I'm going to speak for me. I can't speak for any other women out there, but I think it can apply to people in general. But just me as a woman, she made me check myself. She made me check who I am. She made me check my faith.
Mm.
She made me check my mouth. Because when you're on another level, you truly on another level, people can't touch you. People can't influence you. People can't make you have these emotional reactions because they can't touch you. And she
Mm-hmm.
truly demonstrated that. And she used the social media platform because she came at her on a social platform. So she came back at her on a social platform. And
Yeah.
when I tell you that that was something that was true, it made me feel like I'm nothing. Like I need to really work on me. I need to work on me. Because she's on a whole nother level. And that's why she continues to have what she has and she continues to do. And funny thing is, and I'm not gonna take over, being a believer when they say that the enemy tries to set you up, tries to trip
Mm-hmm.
you up, but God
Yes.
sets you up. She had this happen with Wendy Williams right before the launch of her seasoning.
Mm.
If Tabitha Brown was not known, she was known at this point after this happened.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
now, guess what? She has even more followers, and her seasoning was sold out in 39 minutes. Regardless of whether she would have got those extra followers or not, we would have got it because we've been following her. But the trip up was a setup. I
Mm.
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's interesting too for her to make that comment. And shouts out to my wife because she hit me and she was saying about Chance and his nonprofit. You know, he's getting the chance to really focus on that. So, babe, thank you for hitting me with that as well. Um, I think it's interesting because of how Wendy Williams and what she's gone through, and then for her to make that statement on national TV about the sister. And then here's the flip side, because then not immediately afterwards, but sometime after that or whatever, there's another celebrity that actually was ranting and raving about the seasoning, and it was Monique. And Monique actually went and took one of Tabitha's recipes and then added a little bit of something to it, but she used the seasoning and she ran and raved about it on her social media.
yep,
So it's two dynamics in which you have two sisters that actually use social media for the positive encouragement of another, or uplifting of another, while another person actually got on TV and tried to downplay
yep,
what the sister has went through. I mean, Tabitha has gone through a lot just to be where she is now, from losing her mother, for her health issue, which actually turned her to become a vegan, and her really investing into that. When her and Chance actually moved out of state from North Carolina, there's so much. And I think that Wendy could have took that platform and really showcased from testimony to triumph, instead of saying, oh, well, she's just like me, letting a man go ahead and quit his job and she gonna end up like me. No,
and
that
even
was
if she wanted to
look
give
like
that
that.
opinion, there was a way that you could have did it where it did not diminish what she did. She could have said, hey, I hope she doesn't end up like me. I hope that she has a better experience than I did when I tried to support my husband, and then big up the marriage and the relationship that they have. She didn't have to pretty much. I watched it several times. I kept trying to find maybe a misinterpretation, but I couldn't. It was just straight toxic and negativity and hurt in
Mhm.
what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at it too, another plug in regards to what Tab is doing, she really don't need it though. But if you look at their platforms, again, Tabitha comes from, basically she had an idea about going on social media and really promoting, her walk as a vegan and different recipes and such. And then the people that have actually, become a part of her family because of that. And then you look at Wendy Williams and her background, her track record as far as being the shock jock and all this other stuff. It's one of those things in which we have a tendency, when we have a tool placed in front of us, we don't utilize the full value of that tool. We only use a smidget of it, and we think that smidget is really going to get us far. And it's like, no, open the doors, use the tool to its benefit, you know. And I don't think Wendy did. I think she, you know, again, she made it worse than she could even imagine, to compare herself to Tab. I mean, Tab is amazing. I've met her in person. We've actually sat, we were judges in a cook-off together, and she is a real person. I mean, you know, there's nothing fake about her, and she doesn't need to do, you know, shock value on social media, which kind of goes back to what we were talking about. People tend to get on social media and they want to use it in its smidget and not even use its full capability to really reach the masses and do something amazing, you know.
I was raised that if you're given a tool, you'll only use when you're how to go. If when you're given tools, if you use it for just yourself, you never use it the full potential. If you use it for others, you'll find out not only what it really can do, but what you can too. And that's when people use tools to promote themselves or for their own personal gain. You're not thinking about others. That's why it stays right where it is. It's stagnant, and you're only working right in front of you. When you use something to broaden out, to give back, to inspire, to uplift others, it becomes almost like an infection. It spreads and it goes, and all of that you put into it, it goes through everyone else. So,
amen to that.
Shout out to Carrie for bringing up the positivity way, and a major influence on what social media can do for you, coming from something bad to good, having something good to go greater, and tying it all in. You got jobs, you got colleges, you got churches. You have some nonprofits that if you're trying to be on the board, social media now is not just for the common person. It's not just social amongst peers. Big corporations, major organizations, major colleges are using this to now also as a behavior and a personality tool to see who you are and what you do. So you need to be cautious because the influence of social media sometimes is greater than you being in their face.
That's right.
Yeah.
At the same time, I feel like the same people mad at Wendy are the same people who laughed at her being in assisted living. She wanted to keep herself clean, and people just trolled her.
Yep. And they did. And here's the irony though, because, and that's kind of alludes to another topic that we were all talking about not too long ago, which will be on the show sometime later, about, you know, celebrities and platforms and pedestals and, you know, being quote unquote heroes and things of that nature. But it's you know, that right there, it's part of what people go through when you're in the limelight. I learned this a long time ago. If you don't want people to know your business, sometimes it's best not to put yourself out there. And I was talking to a celebrity one time, and I asked the celebrity, would they even consider being on, you know, like a reality show? And they said no. He said, basically, I wouldn't. And I said, well, you know, you're at a point in your career in which you're doing some major things and people are really recognizing you and, you know, your music and things of that nature. He said, but I don't want everybody to know my business like that. I don't want my significant other to be caught up in that, you know, and then them putting me against her or, you know, our children and all that other stuff. He said, sometimes some things don't even need to be out there like that. And, you know, that's one of those things, ironically enough, Wendy Williams' platform was built on that. If you look at the different radio stations that she was on, and she was good about going and pulling magazines and pulling up the gossip about people and putting it out there and stuff like that, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, basically. And that's kind of what happened. While on the meanwhile, you know, she's been very known with putting people's business out there and having her own opinion about them, negatively, sometimes positively, or whatever case may be. So then when her life became a center of attention, a lot of people did troll her about it.
It did. And I feel like there's a part when there's your job and there's still a professional, even though you're like, ah, that was jive, there's still a professional respect. But when you are hurting, it becomes a personal. It's
Yeah.
not professional. And I feel that Wendy now is doing a lot of things out of her personal hurt and personal pain versus her career of being the shock jock, of being the one that just kind of be like, okay, yeah, everybody's talking about how good and pretty this baby is, but let's go back 3 months ago when so and so was saying that y'all were together. Is it like you can be like, oh, Wendy, you didn't have to say that, but it was true. Now she's just talking out of pain, and that's the part that I feel that even Tabitha having her tribe behind her, she still petitioned and solicited prayers and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that she was hurting. I think that's the part that I admire the most about the whole thing.
Yeah, she was amazing about that. Definitely, that speaks high volumes of her character as well as her spirit.
Mhm.
I really think so.
Mhm.
Trav Perry, there's the man,
What's up, Mr.
Trav.
Perry?
aka our black superhero. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Yeah, but you know what? She, if you really look at her bio and such, she lost her trust many times over. Her life has totally been that, and I think it reciprocated in her business dealings as well. Because there's a lot of celebrities. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot of celebrities, especially up in upstate New York. If you get a chance to talk with them, a lot of the rappers, and they talk about a lot of stuff that she was putting out there that was supposed to be secret, and a lot of things that she said which were not true. I think, it's a double-edged sword, because again, she burnt a lot of trust with them. Some things, and that's the one thing I learned when dealing with celebrities. There are certain things that they will talk to you about that really should not make the paper, so to speak. It should not be on quote unquote social media. It should not be posted, on your blog or whatever. And I've had some very deep conversations with some, and I knew in my spirit right then, I'm not going to tell people about this. This is something which they confided in me about. And the reason why they did so is because of who I am, or how I represented myself. So who am I to go and talk about this that they shared with me and put it on social media? And then all of a sudden people
saying who she is, though, you know what I'm saying? Like she's, there's just certain things I feel, unless you're just green and you're just new to the industry. I mean, there's just certain things you're not going to say around certain people, because in her defense, she is and has always been who she's been.
Right.
But I feel like the difference is now is that I feel she's lost. I feel that she is hurting. I feel that, I don't think she has a ground of who she is now in her career now. Because social media is doing your job. At first, nobody had these exclusive stories because you was in the middle of it. Now it's everywhere. You start to scroll, you pick up a tweet, you pick up IG, you pick up Facebook, you can pick up something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they need her per se for that.
Right.
And her sense of trust, she was in this industry as well. She's not naive to who may have her back and not. I think her sense of trust is in everybody has to have that home base. Everybody has to have that nucleus, that place where you can come in and take everything off. Mm-hmm. When everything happened with her husband, it has shaken her. It has totally just destroyed who she is now. And she can't really go back to the old Wendy because she has grown. She is older. But at the same time, where does she go from now? And me personally, I think she should have taken like a sabbatical. She could have had like some different guest hosts to do her show to continue on. And she should have really just taken some time and just really been off for like a year for real. Like, to get to know who you are, maybe do some lives as far as her overcomings for that day, but just take some time away from it all. I don't think she had enough time to be away from it all. I really don't.
Mm-hmm. Shouts out Kashika. She's been dropping some knowledge, her and Terry. This one I had to bring up because it's quite lengthy. She said, we're all, as humans, sometimes need to release, and certain aren't meant to be repeated or blasted. Even when it comes to hosts, there should always be a level of both just knowing as well as professionalism. She burnt many bridges there, even when her life was quote unquote good. She was still being petty and wronging people. That's true. And it kind of ties into the whole social media thing as well that, Melissa was alluding to, because I think a lot of times when we're talking to each other and, we're going to get off celebrity and we're going to go just with people in general. If I'm talking to my brother and sister here, or even if I'm talking to, say, Trav, or if I'm having a deep conversation with Terry, or me and Kashika, we run into each other at the grocery store, and I start relaying information to them in our conversation, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a warrant to go and post it on social media. And a lot of times people do that.
Yep.
They'll take what you said and they'll go on social media and then they'll go tell it to somebody else, and something gets lost in the translation right then, and then all of a sudden you got other people thinking and believing stuff, and that's how the rumor mill really gets to churning, and then people wonder why they're falling out with so and so over here,
And the prime people involved, because you know how it go. I run into Terry in the grocery store. We talking to Harris Teeter. I'm pissed off at Ben, so I'm venting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Terry, then Carrie goes on social media and puts, say I'm venting about not having gas in the car or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie goes on social media and puts, husband need to take care of their wives. Wives shouldn't have to worry about gas or maintenance of their car. You're not a real king. I've seen this happen.
Yep.
I've seen this happen. And so now, my husband's on social media. We're all friends, and he reads that. What do you think he's going to say? It's a coincidence.
A coincidence.
He's going to be like, "Oh, so you running our business to your boy now?" Like, that's exactly what he's going to say. Like, you know what I mean? So if somebody comes to you in confidentiality and if they're venting to you, you cannot then, I don't care if you're trying to be, oh, it was anonymous, I didn't say any names. Come on now. You know that person and whoever they were venting to you about is going to know what and who you were talking about.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Because, hey, Money, I'm sure you can attest to this. You remember how back in the day, we didn't have the internet and we didn't have social media and stuff. So things that you said, where did it stay?
Between each other.
Now, social media is a platform in which everybody can get on here and you can be the latest Channel 9 news. You could be the next budding movie maker. You could be a hip hop producer. All these things are instantaneous because even what we're doing right now is instantaneous.
Right.
It's out there. People are already chiming in. They're talking about it. They're sharing with each other. They're dropping comments and everything. So it's interesting because the people that are on here right now, the comments that they're posting right now, they're giving authorization and permission to do so. Okay, we open the platform to them. They know what is being posted right here that they're doing is going to go out to the world.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It is totally different than I go and I talk to Melissa about something, and all of a sudden Melissa goes and she goes tells my boy A Money about it. Then A Money goes and tells somebody that we know and such, and then they get on social media and they turn it all around in order to kind of like throw daggers at somebody. Yep. It's a totally different thing, and I think again, social media no-nos. When somebody tell you something, that does not give you the permission to go and spread it out there on social media. Again, a lot of people don't want to hear the negative business that's going on in people's relationships, families, homes, jobs. I might be trying to get a job at your place or wherever, so and you telling me that they ain't give you your 50-cent raise. Don't affect me on that. I'm trying to get this job. I think it's going to work for me. You didn't get your 50%. That's on you. That's something that you did wrong. But don't go out there and blast them and mess up my blessing.
Yep.
I think people do that.
You need to also have accountability and check facting a little bit before you share information. Because a lot of us are sharing information because it came from a page or it came, and you need to make sure. Sometimes things just don't look right. You gotta use some common sense. And there's been plenty of articles I may come across and I'll be like, I don't don't know if that's real. Like, I don't even know if that's a real. Sometimes you need to go and see if you can even go to the site before you share what this is saying.
Mhm.
Before you share it,
Right.
because now you're just as guilty as the person that put it out there. So, that's another one with the no-nos. Like, make sure you're holding yourself accountable by what you are taking and then putting out to your community, to your social media tribe, because everybody may share friends, but everything is a branch off. So if you're
Mhm.
putting something bad out there, then you're putting it into your community, who is now going to take and carry it on to theirs.
Mm.
That's true. Like Kashika said, wisdom, discernment, and fact checking is key. And I got another negative one, a no. If you're out there and you do Bitcoin, don't share that information with don't come on there and try to get us on there. I mean, you in there, you hyping it up, man. That was great, man. I love what you said and stuff like that. Hey, did you know Bitcoin can do you such and such? Or sharing something regarding, hey, did you know about this? What is it, a grant or whatever sort that's out there, and da 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 da, and it worked for me and blah blah blah. That's a no. Don't if you know me, I'm gonna do my homework. So before you go posting stuff like that, or even not even know me, but just pick my name randomly out of a hat because you've seen as far as people that follow me, and then you want to go send me this stuff, because then you send it to me, and then I'm thinking it's good. I may accidentally send it to Adrian. Did Adrian get it? And he'd be like, man, what in the world is this? Kate, well, I don't want this. Man, he done lost his mind. No, don't do that.
Don't put none of those links in our comments on none of our pages, on none of our lives. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do it. And if
Don't
we
do it.
lose a follower, then too bad. Do
That's
not
right.
put those links in our stuff, because we don't want it. It's equivalent to the solicitors knocking on the door.
That's it.
I didn't come here to shop. I came here to watch a podcast. Do not put those links in our stuff, okay? All right.
Right. Now the people that we just asked, which we're going to do it again, the people who posted their websites, we're going to do that again because we asked them for permission, and hopefully y'all will show these sisters some love because they do some amazing work and they got great businesses, good black business. Y'all remember that show, but we're going to post it again. But everybody else, I don't care about losing 20 pounds by means of drinking this tea. That ain't me. I done lost enough weight as it is, and I need to keep what I got from my wife. So
You don't want your drops, yo.
I'm already having issues with belts right now. I don't need no lasso tea. I get a drug test and all of a sudden I'm fired because of you. Tammy said, one thing I have decided to change is the sharing of black people doing wrong. Whether or not I'm not sharing and spreading around, I'm not sharing mugshots, celebrity news, etc. That's my baby. I'm telling you. You know what? We get enough negativity in the world as it is. If you watch the news, 95% of it, me and my son just had to talk this morning, 95% of the news that you watch is negative. 5% is when they gleaning over somebody doing something amazing in the community. Why in the world are we going to be sharing a baby twerking or busting it on TikTok when we could be talking about trippingbling.com? When we could, be talking about, other businesses and stuff.
Terry, Terry and I were in a post together, and we were commenting, and she said that very same thing. And I read it, said, okay, cool. And again, this is not to be in conflict. It's just to be, hey, I'm gonna give my opinion, you give yours. When Terry posted that, matter of fact, Terry, do you remember we were talking about the Bill Cosby release? That's kind of what we were going back and forth on.
Right.
And she said it then. She said, I'm done. Like, I'm not posting anything that's negative. I'm not, boom. Even though she never posted anything negative in regards to that situation. But, you had people that was coming with their own opinions. They're entitled to them.
Right.
And that made me say, you know what? I dig it. Thank you, Niecy. I got it. And I feel the same way. Like, you know what? I'm not going to, for conversation status. Sometimes I may post something out there because I want to see what people are thinking.
Mhm.
but I'm not going to do it in a negative light. And if it starts getting to the point, for those who don't know, if it starts getting to a point, especially if you're in a group and you're an administrator of a group,
Mhm.
that the comments seem to start to raise conflict, you can turn the comments off.
Mm.
Ooh.
The magic of
You can
technology.
turn the
Mhm.
comments off. So you don't have to give those persons a platform to start to now conflict with each other.
Right.
Mhm.
Good point. Good point. And I think that's ironic too, because with so much that goes on, like when the news comes on, and they're, when they broadcasted about Bill Cosby, when they broadcasted about um, Biden and his first 100 days in office, and when they
Mm-hmm.
broadcast about Trump and things of that nature, there's so many times when you click on there and you're wanting to watch the news, but then that gives people the platform to say certain negative things about either society or individuals and races, not racist, races.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like you say, you can cut the comment off or not even be a part of it. Don't
Yep.
even chime in. Don't even give them the opportunity to waste 5 minutes of your life. And
Just motion. It's
yeah,
so
just,
powerful. Just go
yeah,
on scroll on page.
scroll through it. And I think,
Mhm.
a lot of times we tend to forget that, with social media, y'all have to realize when social media was created, Facebook in particular, it was created as a platform for people that used to go to school with each other to find each other. Now look at how it has evolved
Mm-hmm.
to the platform that it is right now. We can do business on it. We can sell stuff on it. We can look for jobs on it. We can romance with each other on it. We can actually do shows on it. And it's again, some of us only using a smidget of what its potential is in comparison to what its true nature should have been.
Correct.
And again, some of us getting on here and we want to talk about our baby daddy ain't no good, and he got so and so and so and so pregnant, and I'm pregnant too, and he don't take care of the two that we already have. How he gonna take care of that one? If you see him, don't mess with him, and blah 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 blah. We really don't want to know that, and
Right.
we do have the opportunity in which we can swipe on by and get rid of it. But you're doing yourself a disservice by putting yourself out there. I think that's what people don't realize. When you put yourself out there, as Robert said, you open the door for people to critique you and judge you
Yep.
from what you put out there.
Yep. Yep. And don't get your feelings hurt because, you know, people used to say, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. I tell you all the time. You ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Plain and simple. Don't get
Mhm.
mad, and I hope you don't, you know, care. That's it. Terry said, I don't do groups anymore. Only discount shopping ones.
I know that's right.
Mhm.
I tell you. I tell you. I feel you. I haven't even gotten into TikTok like that because that's all I've seen. People want to bust it and all kinds of stuff, and I'm thinking like, what was the true purpose of TikTok? Originally when it came out, I thought it was supposed to be like little shorts of video, whatever sort, in which, and then people were doing challenges at one time. I remember back in the day and things of that nature. So now, I'm not really sure what its intent and purpose is. Oh, Hagen, say it ain't so.
Yeah, so
Shoot.
Mahogany has a TikTok page and she
What?
does like cute little dances and things like that to just promote her and promote the business. And that's really what it is. And I'm not gonna slam social media. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna do it. I mean, it is entertaining. You have some helpful things that's on it. You have some things that are just funny on it. Um, however, I mean, with anything, you're gonna have somebody who misuses it. You have
Yeah.
somebody who abuses it. I mean, that's just the way it is. You have to be accountable and govern yourselves accordingly. Sometimes I'm amazed of the 40+ year olds that are doing some of the stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? Like, you're not trying to live your best life. You're not having fun. Like Mahogany, she's having fun. It gives you joy to watch her. That's not
Mhm.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, you know, you were too old to be out
Mhm.
here doing this, acting like this, having this on. No, no, no.
Hey, man, you gonna go and get your TikTok page, man?
Nah, man.
Go on. Call it Reverend Rerun TikTok.
I am good. I am good off that
Deacon
particular platform.
Rerun.
I
Man,
am
You can
good.
show different recipes with CeeLoaf.
hmm.
Yep, yep. Different
The,
sides, different
the,
ways.
the
You
chitlin
know,
chef.
you can boil it, you can marinate, you can grill it, you can fry it, you can saute it. You
Marinated.
Let me think on that and I'll get back with y'all.
Oh, man.
I would certainly take that in consideration.
Hmm. House of Hog Maw. Come on. I'm
house the
telling
house
you.
the popping pork.
Oh, man. So she can say you have to be selective with social media the same way you are when you shop, etc. Good point. Good point. Oh, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Seeing where people go live and tell people they're being nosy for watching them. Well, you put it out there. That's right. Again, the
That makes no
internet.
sense.
The internet is amazing. I'm gonna tell you. The internet is amazing, and when it's out there, it's there forever. There is a thing called Wayback Machine that will allow you to look up websites that may have gone into, defunct status 5, 10 years ago. You can actually go on there and pull stuff up. You can definitely do so.
Ooh, all that
Mm.
people, all
Mm,
those people that had that MySpace and what was it? The Black. What was that other page?
Black Planet.
Black
Black Planet.
Planet.
That was another social media. That right. Boy, some people got put out there on Black Planet. They were doing some stuff. I thought it was ATL Freaknik again. They
Oh
were
wow.
tripping. Just trying to find somebody, quote unquote, special.
Trying to find somebody to love.
Gotta be careful.
Mm.
Black Planet. Yes, it was.
Yeah, Terry, you're a baby. You don't know about Black
Yeah.
Planet.
It was all together one word. Black Planet.
Black Planet.
And the stories, boy, I could tell you. Some folk,
Mhm.
I could, hey, I felt, hey, go to work. I felt funny looking at them. I like,
I seen you.
Mm.
And the phones weren't how they were now. So you
yeah,
literally had to be at a computer when it came time for you to be on social media. You didn't have phones that were little mini computers, so your social media can be all day,
right,
everywhere.
everywhere.
Mm.
That's something else that has taken social media to another height, is that your social media is on and is with you all the time in your phone.
That's it. Got to be careful, man. Got to be
Mm.
careful. The photos and everything that you're putting up there on social media.
Mhm.
Geotags shows where you are.
Yes, yes. And here's another thing too that people, and it's getting kind of late, unfortunately, but this is, I knew it was going to branch off like this with social media, guys, and what y'all put on there. Not only are your friends are watching and stuff, but you got other people that are watching, and they can cut and paste and take your stuff and put it on the dark web. Put it on websites that will put you in a different light.
Mhm.
Serious business. A
Mhm.
lot of times, some of us we're on social media and we're posting that we're at the beach and we're doing all this other stuff and everything. Sometimes you got to be, you got to think about it. Think
Mhm.
about what you're trying to put out there, because there are some, overseas, they're infamous. A lot of people and a lot of companies are infamous over there for taking your photo in order to help promote their product, their website, or whatever. So, we have to kind of be careful, even with what we're doing right now. This right here could be overseas right now. And what we're talking about right now could be, we could actually be talking in German right now. We don't even know.
Yeah, they can have the voiceovers or the
Mm-hmm.
subtitles. One thing also, not only can your image and your location be used for the dark web, it could be used for predators. It could be used, people who say, "Oh, I'm out of town." You're
Mm-hmm.
posting that you're here, you're there, and somebody's like, "Oh, they're out of town," or they're far enough away, they're going to be gone for a couple of days, and then they can target your house to burglarize you. I mean, there's so many different things that you have to be careful. So, the etiquette has to be there. The knowledge has to be there. My husband and I both, we talk to our daughters. We're constantly, reminding them because you can get a little careless. You can get caught up in this, and you taking pictures, and you got the little short reels that's on IG and the TikToks and things of that nature, and that's all somebody needs,
Yeah.
and they coming where you are, and they looking at you. They know who you are, they know what you look like, they know what you got on. And if they want to be a predator, they can do it.
Yep.
So social media is definitely, it has its pros and cons. It has its ups and downs, and you as the user have to hold yourself accountable. And if you're parents with younger children and smaller children, you cannot be lazy. You cannot be ignorant. You need to know what your kids are doing on social media. You need to go on their phones. You need to pick up their tablets. I don't care about, oh, this is my privacy, whatever. Because if something happened to them and you
Mm-hmm.
could have prevented it, you're gonna hate yourself. So yeah, go in it.
Amen to that. Well, family, it's getting that time. Hey, money. Your thoughts before we close out? Because you over there doing one of these numbers right here. I can see that.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting topic. Mahogany, I'll take that in consideration. Also, y'all pretty much done summed it up for the night. Just be mindful of the things you post. Maybe your mom and your children are looking at you, so just take that into account.
hmm
Mm-mm. Melissa.
I'm just waiting on the CeeLo channel. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Mm. Trying to think of the commercial to really promote that. What would it take? How will that go about? What you know?
CeeLo,
CeeLo.
the other meat.
You, you want to call it that?
Silly.
That is that. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Like you have like a picture that pans through CeeLo, chitlins, hog maw. He knows it all.
Uh,
It's your host, A Money.
I bring y'all on as the creative team then, since y'all got all the ideas flowing.
Try to stay ghost. Yeah, that's definitely helpful. Sometimes though, you gotta brag. Shouts out to y'all doing a wonderful job on your family and stuff. Expecting the next one, Carlin. He'll be here very soon. Can't wait to see him. Got a lot to tell him about, the Digsby clan. Well, family, thank y'all once again for joining us at the round table. As y'all seen, we just posted as far as 2 black businesses we definitely want you to go and check out. We got Miss Drip and Bling, and of course, if you need that bling, she got your thing. You need to check her out. She loves to go on and she posts about it usually throughout the week, in which you can actually join her on social media live. She knows how to handle it very well. And you can actually buy something for your significant other or for yourself. Spoil yourself. Go and get you some Drip and Bling. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then thank you to Thrifty Springs for spotting their business on here first and foremost. And that's what we do as the People's Podcast. We like to encourage. We like to uplift. Show our love. Because it's y'all that make the show.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, we're going to have to go ahead and leave, y'all. I'm sorry. Stomach is growling. A Money about to get some adult beverage.
Wait
and,
a minute.
Pitbull and Dress about to go in, ahead and tell everybody to get up, let's go.
See,
Don't be shy, A Money.
what did
I'm
we
with
just get
you,
through
A Money.
talking about? What did we just get through talking about?
That was a joke right there. And you were here. I didn't say it like after you were gone. You know, I just said it like that as a joke. See,
Don't put
and
money.
check me on that. See how you did?
Business out there.
That's right. That's right. See how I did it real quick though? See? That's when you know your family, you know, you get checked real quick and stuff like that. I was just kidding, y'all. He ain't gonna do that. He's going to have a nice warm cup of milk and he's gonna sit back in his recliner
No,
and
I'm
chill.
not.
Oh. All right, y'all. Well, we did it once again. We thank y'all for joining us tonight on At the Round Table. If you get a chance, share the show. If you want to be on the show, hit us up, DM us so we can send you a link. You can actually be on here right now, live and such. Join us next Wednesday for our next topic, which we're not going to tell you. We're going to surprise you. And we thank y'all once again.
All right.
Peace, love, and hair grease.